That's position 15. Wabua Maraja.
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Maraja. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0000381E with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
No, Your Honor. First arrest.
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Evans Battle.
Officers went to 1221 Hanover Place in Alpharetta on January the 17th in reference to an altercation between or a dispute between her and her husband. His name is Bilal Abbasi. It's spelled Bilal, last name Abbasi. He has indicated that she was intoxicated at the time. She was throwing items at him and hit him. He also video recorded it to document what was going on in the home. And at this time, our bond recommendation is for a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1, that she completes an alcohol or drug evaluation and treatment, complete 2 anger awareness classes, and no further violent contact with him. I believe he has indicated that he would be on, but I'm not sure unless he has iPhone on the call. I don't see him here, but that's our recommendation. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Tell me the name again, Ms. Evans Battle.
Abbasi is the last name, Abbasi.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm here.
Yes, sir. If you'd like to speak with the court, I need for you to raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
Yeah, so the altercation happened, and I did accuse her of being drunk, and that was on my fault because in the past I used to drink, and I know she was working late, and that's why she probably looked tired, and she came to see my kids, and yes, it was on my fault that I accused her of being drunk, but she didn't smell like alcohol. She hasn't drank for 10, 11, 12 years. And, when I was talking to the police officer, even when I called for authorities to come by, I told them that there was no physical contact. She did throw something, which nothing broke, nothing hit me, nothing got hurt. So I don't know why, at the end, the officer ended up arresting her anyways. But I feel like that shouldn't be, she shouldn't be arrested. And, that's all I wanted to say. I have nothing with her. She's my family. She's the mother of my kids. We do live separately. I have no problem with her coming over. I feel like
Okay. I appreciate you being here this afternoon, sir.
thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Mr. Abraham Ahmed, is this your case?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. You can proceed.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. So as to the recommendation, I'll give first the background history of Ms. Mirage. She's 38 years old. She has her associates in sales and marketing. She's currently between jobs, but she was working in quite a few sales positions, Lazy Boy, for example. Before that, Home Depot. But she has been driving for Uber Eats, which is actually why she was tired that morning. She was working out until about 3:30 a.m., driving, delivering food, putting good money on the table, Your Honor. She's been in Georgia since about 2019. She has her kids here. She has a 10-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son who both live with her. She has a good address where she can reliably receive mail. Your Honor, we would just encourage the court to follow the recommendation of the signature bond. We would request no further violent contact, and we would also request no stay away, Your Honor.
Okay. It will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with the alleged victim. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
All right, next we got 17, Mincy.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mincy. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0003883F with criminal trespass and damage to property, simple battery, family violence, and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor. 19 out of Georgia and 1 out of Alabama. Last arrest was November 17th of 2025 out of Clayton County for theft by receiving stolen property. There was no disposition listed for this case. Does appear to be on probation out of Fulton County for criminal trespass. Sentenced August 8th, 2025 to 12 months probation. Also appears to be under first offender for fleeing or attempting to elude from 2024. There's a 2024 conviction for simple battery, obstruction, and giving false name, 2023 DUI. Out of Alabama, there's a 2023 possession of marijuana with no disposition. There is an FTA from 2024 and 2 probation violations, one from 2024 and one from 2023, and nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident occurred at the home of his, he lives with his mom and his grandmother and grandfather at the 3215 DeVille Trace location in South Fulton. It appeared that he became angry and upset with his mother. She had locked her bedroom and he had gone into the room and gotten some items from the room. And she was upset because he had to break the lock on the door in which to do that. And she put them on there because of the items of clothing that he was taking from her. He took a cup, he threw it at her. It was filled with a slushy liquid product, and he threw it as she was walking away from him. He became upset, and he had also damaged a door in the home. He was upset with his grandfather for not taking him to go buy some marijuana. And in this particular instance, once he realized that as a result of this incident and the officer's familiarity with him, that he was going to be arrested, they told him not to leave, but he did. And they found him hiding at an abandoned house under a porch down the street from the house as well. The prior offenses in the case, the 24 SC 006427, in which he is on probation for, was reduced to a criminal trespass involving the same victim. We're asking for a $2,000 surety. As to each offense, that would be a total of $6,000. No further violent contact with the family members, but we do want him to stay away from 3215 DeVille Trace, South Fulton at this time. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Thank you. Mr. Abraham Ahmed?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Mincy has her GED. She's been working as a tattoo artist, also a hairstylist for about 5 years now. Overall, been in Georgia for about 10 years. She has about half her family here. She has a good address. It is, of course, where the alleged incident took place, which is the grandfather's house, who I believe might be on Zoom. We can redress that later. But as to bond, Your Honor, we would just simply ask it be as low as possible, if not signature bond, if it's not applicable. Absolutely fine with the no contact with the, or excuse me, with the no further violent contact, as recommended by the state. We would just request no stay away order, as it was indicated to me that the alleged victim, I believe the mother, does not actually live there at the grandparents' house. Additionally, because of the financial stress of a recent surgery, essentially out of pocket, Your Honor, we would just request that bond be kept as low as possible.
Any family members of Cyrus Mincy, if you're on the line and wish to address the court, now is your opportunity. Does not appear so. As such, for each charge will be $1,000 good bond, makes for a total of a $3,000 good bond. I want there to be a social worker visit to assess for BHET. No further violent contact with the alleged victims. Stay away from the incident location. If necessary, he can go back to that location on one occasion with law enforcement. She can go back to that address to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you.
Next we go to number one, Mr. Aguilar.
And we do have the Spanish interpreter on the line, so whenever you all are ready for that case.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Chansey. Thank you for being here this afternoon, ma'am.
You're welcome, sir.
And let's see, this is your case, Mr. Chataya?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Aguilar Hernandez, you have been charged in case 26 CR 0000384J with driving without a valid license and hit and run. Is there a
Buenas
history?
tardes.
Does he require the interpreter, Mr. Chataya?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, Ms. Chansey.
Buenas tardes, señor Aguilar Hernández. Este es el caso 26CR00384 y con los cargos de manejar sin licencia y chocar y huir.
Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
¿Hay antecedentes?
Yes, Your Honor. He
Señor
has
Harvey.
one arrest August 3rd, 2024, out of Atlanta for hit and run. On probation for this case, sentenced February 24th, 2025 to 12 months probation and nothing further.
Sí, su señoría, él tiene un arresto anterior el 3 de agosto del 2024 en Atlanta por chocar y huir y está bajo libertad probatoria por este caso. La sentencia del 24 de febrero del 2025 a 12 meses de probatoria y nada más que agregar, su señoría.
Mr. Ham?
Yes, Your Honor. That case that he pled guilty
Señor
to
Ham.
is 24 CR 005447J.
Sí, su señoría, ese caso al cual él se declaró culpable es número 24 CR 005447J.
While the defendant was out on bond for that 24 CR case, he committed this offense, which occurred on January 26, 2025.
Ah, Mientras que el acusado estaba libre con confianza, por el caso 24 CR, él cometió un delito que ocurrió el 26 de enero del 2025.
On January 2026, 2025, witnesses observed or heard a loud screeching noise and then seen the defendant enter an apartment complex at a high rate of speed.
En el enero del 2025, hubo testigos que observaron o escucharon un ruido chillante muy fuerte y después vieron al acusado entrar al complejo de apartamentos a una alta velocidad.
They witnessed the vehicle lose control, strike some bushes on the left side, and then turn and hit two vehicles on the right side.
Eh, Ellos observaron que el vehículo perdió el control y golpeó unos arbustos del lado izquierdo. Después dobló y golpeó a dos vehículos del lado derecho.
Witnesses observed the driver leave the scene and leave the vehicle at the scene. The owner
Los,
of the vehicle
I'm sorry. Los testigos observaron también que el acusado salió y dejó el lugar y dejó el vehículo también en el lugar.
The registered owner of the vehicle came to the police station to inquire about his car and told police that he had loaned the vehicle to this defendant.
El propietario del vehículo registrado fue a la policía, a la comisaría para obtener su vehículo y le dijo a la policía que él le había prestado el vehículo a este acusado.
And the state want the court to be aware that this incident occurred 1 month before he pled guilty to the 24 CR
Y
005-447J case.
Y la fiscalía quiere que el señor juez sepa que este incidente ocurrió un mes antes de que él se declarara culpable en el caso 24 CR005 447J.
State's recommendation is for driving without a valid license, it's a $500 good bond. For hit and run, it's a $1,000 good bond.
Y la recomendación de la fiscalía es que por el primer caso de manejar sin licencia válida sea de $500 la fianza y por chocar y huir de $1,000 de fianza.
Still with us?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I couldn't hear you.
Anything further?
¿Algo
Nothing
más?
further from the state, Your Honor.
Nada más de parte de la fiscalía.
Mr. Chataya?
Señor
Yes, Your
Chataya.
Honor. Mr. Aguilar Hernandez is 28 years old, and he's lived in Atlanta for the past 3 years with his wife and and he has an infant child he takes care of.
Sí, su señoría, el señor Aguilar Hernández tiene 28 años de edad y ha vivido en el área de Atlanta durante los últimos 3 años y vive con su esposa y su bebé con su esposa y tiene un niño menor a quien cuida.
My understanding, Judge, is that he completed secondary school in his home country, and for the past 3 months, he has been working as a painter.
Lo que yo entiendo, su señoría, es que él completó su certificado complementario de alternativo a la secundaria en su país de nacimiento y por los últimos 3 meses él ha estado trabajando como pintor.
Mr. Aguilar Hernandez informed me that he would not be able to afford the bond amount the state is asking for, and he asks for the lowest bond amount possible.
El señor Aguilar Hernández me ha informado que él no puede pagar por una fianza si la fiscalía lo solicita, por eso él solicita la fianza en un monto menor posible.
If nothing further, for the driving without a valid license will be a $500 good bond. The hit and run, $1,000 good bond, makes for a total of a $1,500 good bond. No driving without a valid license, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Si no hay nada más, entonces por el primer cargo de manejar sin licencia válida son $500 de fianza judicial y por el segundo cargo serían $1,000 de fianza y un total de $1,500 de fianza. Se prohíbe que maneje sin una licencia válida y también se prohíbe el uso de drogas, alcohol y armas mientras esté libre bajo fianza.
Up to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Your
Honor, can we do Miss Maldonado while we have the interpreter on?
Okay. And that's position 16, and she's here at ACDC?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Maldonado. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000 382G with 2 counts of battery.
Buenas tardes, señora Maldonado. Usted ha sido acusada en el caso 26CR00382G con 2 cargos de golpes y lesiones.
Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
¿Hay antecedentes, señora Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor. She has one arrest January 1st, 2025 out of Roswell, Georgia for simple battery family violence. No disposition was listed on this case, Your Honor, and nothing further.
Sí, su señoría. Ella ha tenido un arresto el 1 de enero del 2025 desde Roswell, Georgia. El cargo fue por golpes y lesiones simples, violencia familiar. No hubo un disposición que estuviese anotada o en este caso, su señoría, y no hay nada más que agregar.
Ms.
I-
Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor, and I believe Miss Harvey, she's out on pretrial release, I believe on that case. I have 25 CR 00006. If you can check maybe while we're doing this.
Double check, thank you.
This happened
Sí, su
January.
señoría, creo que la señora Harvey está trabajando con la Oficina de Servicios Previos al Juicio y en el caso 25000006, si puede chequear, por favor. Thank you, ma'am.
On January the 18th of 2026, officers went to 820 Roswell Creek Lane.
En el 18 de enero del 2026, los oficiales fueron al 820 Roswell Creek Lane.
The victim, Alma Rosa Martinez, said that her friend Maria Carmen engaged in an argument at 821 Roswell Creek.
La víctima, señora Alma Rosa Martínez, dijo que su amiga María Carmen se involucró en una discusión en el 821 de Roswell Creek.
And this was at a friend's home, and there were witnesses. It's Mauricio Longino Sanchez and Francisco Longino Sanchez. It is their home.
One moment, please. Esto ocurrió en la residencia de amigos. Ellos fueron testigos. El señor Marico Longino Sánchez y Francisco Longino Sánchez es la casa de ellos.
She indicated that Carmen began punching her, and she grabbed her by the hair and threw her to the ground, started kicking her.
Ella indicó que Carmen comenzó a bofetearla y ella la sujetó del cabello y la tiró hacia el piso y comenzó a patearla.
She had visible injury to her face and to her head, and Carmen had injury to her knuckles on her hand that were observed by the
Ella
officer.
Lo que observó el oficial de policía es que ella tenía visibles lesiones sobre la cara y también en la cabeza. Carmen tenía una lesión en los nudillos de los dedos de la mano y, sí, y fue lo que eso observó el oficial.
In consideration, she's on bond for a violent charge. We are asking for 2,500 I'm sorry, surety bond for each case. That would be a $5,000 good bond, and that she have no further contact with Alma Rosa Martinez and stay away from 820 Roswell Creek Lane.
En consideración, eh, ella tiene una fianza por un cargo de violencia. Estamos solicitando por una fianza de 2.500 bajo garantía para cada uno de los cargos y que haya una prohibición de acercamiento y contacto con Alma Rosa Martínez y con la residencia del 820 Roswell Creek Lane.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, if I may,
Gracias, su señoría.
I found
Si
the
puedo, su señoría, por favor.
I found the case number for that simple battery. It does appear that that case was dismissed. So she is not currently being supervised by pretrial.
Encontré que el número de casos de ese caso de golpes y lesiones aparece que fue desestimado, entonces ella no está en la actualidad siendo supervisada por los servicios previos al juicio.
Thank you. Mr. Abraham Ahmed?
Gracias. Señora Ibrahim.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Maldonado Santa Maria is 31 years old. She has her high school diploma.
Sí, su señoría, la señora Maldonado Santa María tiene 31 años de edad y tiene su título de escuela secundaria.
She currently holds two jobs, working quite hard at a car cleaning company and also cleaning offices. Car cleaning in the morning and then office at night, Your Honor.
Ella está en la actualidad manteniendo dos trabajos, trabaja muy fuerte y también, o sea, trabaja en una compañía de limpieza de carros y también limpiando oficinas. Con la compañía de limpieza de carros en la mañana y después a la noche limpiando oficinas.
And the reason why she works so hard, Your Honor, is specifically to support her two children. She has a 14-year-old son and an 8-year-old daughter.
Y el motivo por el cual ella trabaja tan fuerte es porque tiene que mantener a dos hijos. Su hijo tiene 14 años y su hija 8.
As to bond, Your Honor, we would simply request it to be as low as possible, especially in this case, a signature bond. She's absolutely fine with the no contact.
Am, quisiéramos solicitar con respecto a la fianza una que sea bajo firma. Ella está totalmente de acuerdo con respetar la orden de prohibición de acercamiento.
And additionally, Your Honor, the reason why we request it to be that low is one, because of the finances. She's had to send money to her family specifically to help take care of her daughter, who's currently unfortunately suffering bronchitis and has needed quite extensive treatment. So for those reasons, Your Honor, we would request bond be set to signature bond.
Y adicionalmente, su señoría, la razón por la cual pedimos también que la fianza sea de un monto bajo por un motivo financiero. Ella ha tenido que enviar dinero a su familia para ayudarla. Eh, eh, Debido a que su hija tiene bronquitis y para que ellos la cuiden. Y también ha necesitado más tratamiento médico y por ese motivo, su señoría, solicitamos que se le ofrezca una fianza bajo firma.
Charge will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Makes for a total of a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. 8 anger management courses. No further contact with the alleged victims. Stay away from the incident location. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Para cada cargo, ordeno una fianza de $2.000 bajo firma a través de los servicios previos al juicio en el nivel 2. Eso da un total de una fianza de $4.000 bajo firma a través de los servicios previos al juicio en el nivel 2. Debe tomar 8 cursos de manejo de la ira. Se prohíbe el acercamiento o contacto alguno con la víctima y también mantenerse distanciado del lugar del incidente y se prohíbe el uso de drogas, alcohol y armas mientras esté libre bajo fianza.
See you, ma'am.
Mucha suerte, señora.
Next, we could go with, Ms. Williams over here. I'm not sure of her
Yeah.
position number, but Ms. Williams.
Do we need, Madam Interpreter, for any other cases today?
No, we're all set over here at ACDC.
Okay, courtroom 2, do you need her for any other cases?
No, we got number 23 and 24, Mr. Solis next though.
Okay, I just want to release Ms. Chansey since she's been good enough to join us this afternoon on short notice. So thank you, Ms. Chansey. We appreciate it as always.
My pleasure, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Do the
Bye-bye.
same. Thank you. And y'all tell me, you want me to go to courtroom 2 or ACDC first?
Courtroom 2.
Courtroom 2? Okay. And tell me again who we have in courtroom 2?
Position 23 and 24, Mr. Solis.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Solis. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0004002J with simple battery family violence, and in case 26 CR 0004003 with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor, 9 cycles. The last arrest was October 7th, 2022 out of Fulton County for possession of marijuana less than an ounce. That arrest did result in a conviction. Prior to that, there was a 2006 given false name and 2003 sale of marijuana, 2002 simple battery conviction as well, and nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. In the first case involving the simple battery that occurred August the 27th of 2025, Miss Emmeline Oates is the victim in the case, as Oaks, Oaks. Yeah, she indicated that on that particular day, Mr. Solis was trying to get her to leave, and she had been living in the home, staying on the sofa since January of 2025. She informed him that he'd have to complete an eviction to get her to leave. This location is 66 Roswell Court. And he went over to her, he grabbed her around the neck. He placed his hands upon her, applied pressure. She would indicate that she was choked. There's a witness in the room, which would be her mother, who indicated she was being choked. The officer did not see any visible injuries. She indicated that she did not lose consciousness as a result of the incident. Thereafter, she remained in the home, and we have the newer charge that occurred December the 10th of 2025. in which she was preparing for work and she indicated she was sitting on the sofa and they started to argue. He threatened to put her belongings on the street and grabbed a bin. She was trying to get him not to do that. He pushed her. He hit her in the face and the head with a closed fist. She was overpowered and forced to the ground, unable to get up. She sustained pain to and injury to her face and her back, abrasions on her face. And he had abrasions on his hands, which confirmed for the officer that he in fact had hit her. We are asking in the first case for a $5,000 surety bond in this particular case due to the violent nature of the offense and his significant history in reference to reoffending. As to the second case, we're also asking for a $5,000 bond, but we are asking that this be a split bond. We're asking for a signature bond in the amount of $5,000, pretrial services, level 3, no further contact with the victim, that he go ahead and complete a 12-week anger management class. Speaking with the victim, it appears that she has moved from the home and is no longer there. So his staying away from her he should be able to do that. And no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond, and that's our recommendation.
Thank you. Mr. Abraham Ahmed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Solis is 45 years old. He's currently unemployed. Not unemployed. My apologies, Your Honor. Self-employed for his whole life, really. Working in lawn care. He's been keeping up that job. He's been in Georgia for about 35 years. He's, as we just stated, has a good address where the alleged victim did move out. He has, as to his family, he has his kids. He has a 26-year-old daughter who has 2 grandkids, and he has a 8-year-old son. As to his community ties, he stays involved by doing cleanups at Piedmont Park, for example. And as to bond, Your Honor, I'm not quite sure the extensive history that was previously referred to. As to bond, the alleged victim's mother was living with him rent-free. He, out of the goodness of his heart, allowed her to come and stay in his house. Then this mother's daughter, so the alleged victim is Emily Oakes. Then she moved in and started causing trouble, verbally abusing her own mother in front of him, even up to physically. This went on for about 11 months, Your Honor. 11 months of no rent. And it got to the point where all he just said was, "Hey, could you please move out? You don't have to owe me any rent whatsoever." And he was attacked both times, Your Honor. So for those reasons and for the circumstances and just details surrounding this case, we would ask for bond to be as low as possible. Try to do a good deed and help people out, and it unfortunately did not turn out well as they started attacking him. So we would ask for a signature bond, absolutely fine with no contact, and of course, no stay away as they moved out and rented condos.
Okay. For each charge will be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. No further contact with the alleged victim. I want him to begin the family violence intervention program. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. So for
Next, we could go with Ms. Williams over here at ACDC. I'm not sure the position number, but the last name is Williams.
Okay, and this is Nakira Williams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's position number 27. Good afternoon, Ms. Williams. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000406B with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor. Multi-state offender with arrest out of Georgia and New Jersey. Last arrest was out of Marietta, Georgia, October 29th, 2024 for 4 counts of burglary, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and a probation violation. That charge was amended to criminal trespass and unlawful squatting, which resulted in a conviction. on probation out of Cobb County for 2 counts of aggravated assault. In addition, there's a 2019 obstruction, 2010 theft by shoplifting, out of New Jersey, a 2012 assault and criminal trespass, a probation violation from 2021, as well as an FTA from 2021, and nothing further.
Miss Cheyenne, who is on the iPhone there, I'm gonna need for you to cover yourself, ma'am. You need to put a jacket or something on. This is a court proceeding. Thank you. Miss Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident occurred at 4555 Roswell Road on January the 17th of 2026. There were multiple callers to the emergency services in reference to a dispute that was going on. It appeared that Ms. Williams was dragging Miss Cheyenne Woolford down the road by her legs alongside the roadway. They indicated that she was striking her in her face as well. There were observations by the officer as to the visible injuries, that she was bleeding and cut too as well. The officer also indicated that although I believe he indicated that Miss Williams indicated that there was that she was not hitting the person, the officer was able to observe that there were on her knuckles that she also had some visible injury as well, and that the injuries on the victim were due to Miss Williams hitting her. Our recommendation for a bond is for a $5,000 surety bond, considering her significant and most recent violent history. I'm not sure if who the victim is in the aggravated assault that was a first offender that was revoked. We're asking to stay away from the victim at this time and not have any contact with her. I don't know that she necessarily spoke with the officer. I'm not sure if they're currently because the 4555 Roswell Road location was not their address, but I'll get the address to stay away from in a moment. I believe Miss Woodford, Woodford, is on the line if the court would hear from her.
Ms. Woodford, if you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity. I'll need for you to raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
I have no problem with Miss Williams being around me. The whole situation, it got out of pocket. She never put her hands on me. She got accused for something that somebody else did. And so the fact to see her up in jail behind something that somebody else did, it really hurts. This girl has a job, a good paying job. She just got put on. I don't want to see her in trouble. This is not her fault. So like I said, never called the police, never sat here and wanted to talk to him. I said no. Somebody else called and they kept accusing, multiple calls. They kept accusing the wrong person. And that's all I have to say. She did not touch me. She did not never physically put no harm to me, ever. If anything, she came to get me out the situation I was in.
Thank you for being with us this afternoon, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mr. Abraham Ahmed.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Williams is 34 years old. She has her high school diploma and some college. As to work, she currently works as a machine operator at a solar plant production facility. Excuse me, it's about 2 years now. Before that, though, she was a material handler at a pipe company, working on threading pipes and also the pipe production process. She's been in Georgia for about 6 years now. She has a good address where she can receive mail. For bond, Your Honor, we would simply ask it to be as low as possible. I will defer to what Ms. Woodford just said. And also as to the alleged incident itself, Your Honor, I believe the alleged victim's current girlfriend showed up and after already previously stalking Ms. Williams, essentially made all these claims, false claims, as emphasized by Ms. Woodford. So for those reasons, Your Honor, we would simply ask and request upon the court to keep bond at a low amount.
Okay, will be $1,000 good bond, no further violent contact with Ms. Woodford, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both.
And if we got 22, Mr. Souls.
Good afternoon, Mr. Soul. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0000401E with simple assault, family violence. Is there a history?
11 cycles. Last arrest was October 9th, 2025, out of Fulton County for robbery, simple battery, family violence, and obstruction. There was no disposition listed on this case. There's a 2025 conviction for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, 2023 aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during, and 2009 obstruction and sale of marijuana. Nothing further.
Thank you. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. This happened August the 14th of 2025 at 1347 Campbellton Road, Southwest. It appears that the defendant and the victim were they lived together actually in DeKalb County, or at least at the time, and they were at the home of his mother. She indicated she had gone there to retrieve a phone. They got into an argument. He wouldn't let her leave. He ordered her specifically, told her she better not move. He told her that he wanted her to sit down. She said she refused. He pushed her onto the floor and started to hit her at that point in time. The victim at that time, she asked the officers in reference to what she needed to do to get a restraining order in DeKalb County in Decatur. It appeared as if she felt unsafe at the time. The officer, in fact, had recognized the parties from a previous incident, so he was familiar with both of them. We are asking for a bond amount in the amount of $3,000 surety bond at this particular time.
I'm sorry, Ms. Evans Battle. Tell me
Let me-
again the alleged victim.
The alleged victim is, I've got to get better at my notes, Judge. I apologize. Just a moment.
Okay.
My hand's not cooperating.
I believe the alleged victim is Lakeisha Caldwell, Your Honor.
Yes.
And I think she was just on the Zoom call.
So Lakeisha Caldwell, if Ms. Caldwell is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Were you done, Ms. Evans Battle? I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Yes, counsel.
I think you just joined just now.
Lakeisha Caldwell on the line. Ms. Caldwell wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. You'll have to come on camera for me and unmute yourself.
I can also try calling her at the end of this hearing. I would just ask for her because I did have contact with her just a little bit earlier, Your Honor. So just to give her an opportunity to sound her opinions. Sorry, give me just a second, Your Honor.
Okay, well, if you spoke with her, counsel, you can tell me what she said. If you choose
yes.
to.
Yes, Your Honor. She informed me that she would like to have contact and was fine having contact with Mr. Soul. And so I would assume that she was going to convey that. I can go ahead and see if I can get her on the line after. I can go ahead and proceed with the background though.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. So Mr. Soul is 35
I'm
years.
here.
Okay, yes, ma'am, you'll have to come on camera for me.
And I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
There you go. All right. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes,
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Tell me your name, ma'am.
Lakeisha Caldwell.
And what would you like to tell the court, Ms. Caldwell?
The incident that happened in Santa Spring, we was not fighting. His auntie just died. He just came to meet me at work, and he been drinking. But I was just trying to tell him to calm down because he was just a little loud. He never hit me, put his hands on me. He never snatched my purse or nothing like that. My strap ripped because I was just trying to hold him up because he was drunk. That's it. But it was a witness when it got, somebody when it got a police saying he was a witness saying I needed help, but I didn't need no help. We would just have our own disagreements. I didn't ever call the police at all.
Okay, and who is Mr. Soul to you, ma'am?
My fiance, I'm his baby mother. I'm 6 months pregnant.
And do you all live together at the present time?
Yes,
And have you been living together since this offense date of August 14th of last year?
I was the 14. This happened in October.
Okay, so since October of last year?
Yes, he been in jail, so we have not been around each other. He been in jail since October the 9th.
Okay. Has this ever happened before?
No, we never had any issues before.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Caldwell. I appreciate you being here.
All right.
All right, so I can go ahead back on, Your Honor.
Yes, go ahead.
So Mr. Soul is 34 years old. He has his GED. He currently has been working in welding for about 2 years. But he's also forklift certified and has worked in that line of work as well. He's also a tattoo artist, and he's been doing that basically his whole life, self-employed. As to his address, he has a good address. We can reliably receive mail where he stays with his mother. He has been in Georgia all his life, in Atlanta too. He has all of his family here. He has an 8-year-old daughter who I believe lives with him. And as to community ties, he volunteers with his mother at church. And he also, speaking of his mother, takes care of his mother, who currently has lung cancer and is undergoing chemotherapy. So he's been providing aid and assistance to her as well. As to bond, Your Honor, we would ask for it to be as low as possible. We would also request him to stay away and no further violent contact. So for those reasons, we request that, Your Honor.
Okay, will be $1,000 good bond, no further violent contact with Ms. Caldwell, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both.
Number 14.
And this is Mr. Littleton, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good-
Yeah.
You need some time, counsel?
No, Your Honor. Phones.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Littleton. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000-380H with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor, 44 cycles. The last arrest was October 7th, 2025 out of Fulton for a DUI and driving while license suspended or revoked. Does appear to be on probation for financial transaction card fraud out of Athens, Georgia. Sentenced June 24, 2025 to 2 years probation. Open cases for possession of marijuana less than an ounce, 2 counts, and 2 counts of obstruction out of Oconee County. Also an open case for endangering a child by driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, DUI, and driving while license suspended out of White County, Georgia. An open DUI and driving while license suspended out of Fulton County. In addition, there is a probation violation and an FTA from 2025. 2019 conviction for entering auto, theft by receiving and obstruction. 2015 theft by receiving stolen property and obstruction. 2014 entering auto, DUI. 2013 theft by receiving stolen property. 2012 simple battery family violence. 2011 giving false name. 2006 forgery and identity financial identity fraud and nothing further.
Thank you. Seventh battle.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened November the 11th of 2025. Officer Carter went to the home at 607 Charlotte Place Northwest regarding a dispute. The victim in the case indicated that her boyfriend and she got into an argument that he punched her in the eye and in the head several times. She had visible injury. The officer observed her eye to be swollen. She had a knot forming on her forehead. The officer took photographs of those injuries as well. I know the victim has indicated since then that this was a result of alcohol by the boyfriend, had been drinking. Our bond position is that he has a recent FTA and significant history we're asking for a $3,500 good bond, no further violent contact. Between November the 25th and his arrest, they have been living together since the incident. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
The victim said, please, the seventh battle.
Yes, Miss Kiera Wiley, and I believe she's on the line.
Ms. Wiley, if you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. You certainly do not have to, but if you would like to address the court, I need for you to come on camera for me, unmute yourself, and I'll swear you in. Doesn't appear so. Yes, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Littleton is 41 years old. He has his GED. He's self-employed, working in landscaping. He's done that for a good couple of years now, but before that, he was working in steelwork. He's been in Georgia his entire life. He has all of his family here in Georgia, and some in Athens specifically. As to his kids, he has a 15-year-old son, another 15-year-old son, a 15-year-old daughter, a 10-year-old daughter, a 9-year-old son, a son who's going to be one, I believe, in March, and then a 4-year-old son as well. As to his address, he does have a good address. It is where the incident allegedly took place. However, not the lease, but the house itself is in Mr. Littleton's name. As to his community ties, he helps out distributing food with his local church to elderly people and unhoused people as well, also providing free haircuts through the church and also community cleanups. He's been doing that for a good couple of years now. For bond, Your Honor, we did hear an FTA in history. I was informed that it was thrown out or dismissed. But if signature bond is not applicable, we would ask for it to be as low as possible. Even though Mr. Littleton is self-employed, money is tight right now. His 1-year-old son has anhidrosis, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So Mr. Littleton has been dealing with quite a few piling up possible bills. So we would request that for the bond amount. We would also request no further violent contact and no statement, Your Honor.
$2,000 good bond, no further violent contact with Ms. Wiley, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Said 2,000?
That's correct, yes.
Next, we'll go over here, ACDC, Miss Smith. Last name Miss Smith, last name Smith. I'm not sure the position number.
21.
Okay, this is Miss Yamina Smith. Good afternoon, Miss Smith. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0000400G with terroristic threats and acts. Is there a history, Miss Harvey?
No, Your Honor, first arrest.
Miss Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. It appeared on January the 17th of 2026. She wanted Mr. Jarrett Hill to leave the residence, and he indicated that he was going to leave on Monday. She wasn't satisfied with that. He did not want to leave his belongings in the home for fear that something would happen to them. It appears that she had a hammer. No. She had a hammer and she indicated that she was going to do something to him. Were the words that she used. She admitted to the officer that that was the situation. She did have the hammer and that she did say that to him, and that made him fear for his safety, of course. Because it's her first offense and he has moved, he is asked, well, we're asking for a signature bond through pretrial service, a $3,000 signature bond, I'm sorry, $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services, that it be at a level 3, that he complete anger management, I'm sorry, she completes anger management, that she submits to an MHET, no further contact with Jarrett Hill, that she stay away from the location at 3207 Washington Road, Atlanta, unless he has moved out of the location, which I don't believe he has moved as of today. We did hear from him earlier today. I'm not sure that he's on the line. I know his name is Jared Hill.
Court, now is your opportunity. Does not appear so. Mr. Abraham Ahmed?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, to give the background about Miss Smith, she's 23 years old. She has her high school diploma. She's currently in between jobs, but she has been working for Uber. And before that, she was a shift lead at Smoothie King. She's been in Georgia her entire life. She has her 5-year-old son here and an 8-year-old son as well. Both live with her. As to her family here in Georgia, she has her mom and her siblings. She has a good address. She's been there for about 2 years now. It's all in her names, the lease, the utility bills, everything, Your Honor. As to bond, we don't necessarily have an issue with the signature bond recommendation from the state. However, and neither with the no contact order, but more with the stay away. As Your Honor, this case was purely about Ms. Smith calling the cops on her abuser, trying to get her children and herself in a safe environment, and still she's somehow the one in jail. So I have been informed that Mr. Hill has moved out since then. So all we would request is the court to accept the signature bond recommendation from the state, but to withhold the stay away order, Your Honor.
It will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Mr. Hill. She can go back to the Washington Road address with law enforcement. If Mr. Hill is no longer at that address, she can stay there. If he is, then she necessarily cannot be there. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Smith.
Next, we'll go, last name, Kimbrough. I'm not sure the position number, but her last name is Kimbrough.
That's position 13. Jasmine, is that right? Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Kimbrough. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0000388Y with theft by shoplifting. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
2 cycles, Your Honor. Last arrest was January 17th, 2026, out of Alpharetta for theft by shoplifting. No disposition was listed, and nothing further.
Mr. Ham?
Yes, Your Honor. She's accused of stealing several items from a Target. Excuse me. Including Lego set, shirts, tights, underwear, shoes, from the Target located at 13055 Highway 9 in Alpharetta. Being that she has an open theft by shoplifting case, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is $1,000 good bond and to stay away from all Targets.
Mr. Chitaya?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Kimbrough is 33 years old. She's lived in Atlanta since 2020, and she tells me that she has sisters in the area as well as her boyfriend. For the past 2.5 years, she has been a student. She told me that she studies dental hygiene. Your Honor, given her residence in the area, given her age as well, I would ask this court to consider the lowest possible bond for her.
Okay, will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Stay away from all targets. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Next, we'll go with, last name is Blood. Not sure the position number, but her last name is Blood.
Position number 3.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Blount. You've been charged in case 26 CR 0000395A with willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, expired or no license plate or decal, and failure to have license on your person. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
One arrest from 2013 out of Cobb County for contributing to delinquency of a minor. That case was dismissed. Nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Ham?
Your Honor, the state is not opposed to a signature bond on all 3 charges.
Okay. I take it you have no objection, Mr. Chataya?
Correct, Your Honor. No objection.
All right, for each charge will be a $500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
That's great.
What do we have next?
Last name is, what's her name?
Say it again for me.
Her last name is, Tatiana. Am I saying that right?
Position 25.
25.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Totnell. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0000404B with willful obstruction of law enforcement officers and criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
2 cycles. Last arrest was in 2012 out of Clark County for possession of marijuana less than an ounce and driving while license suspended or revoked. The driving while license suspended did result in a conviction and nothing further.
Presenting for the state on this?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Yes.
In this particular case, this is for the battery case.
No, this is the obstruction and criminal trespass, position number 25.
Okay. I'm sorry, Judge. I don't have that charge.
Do you need for me to give you the case number?
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to pull it up because it'll be easier if I can just.
Okay,
manipulate it.
it's 26 CR 0004004B.
I'm sorry, 26.
CR
Mhm. 0004004B.
I also have the proposed.
Okay, I was hearing a different name. I don't know why I was hearing Wingfield. Oh, Jesus. All right. All right. In this particular case, I believe there was January the 18th of 2026, officers went to McDonald's at 1105 Northside Drive Northwest. She was disrupting customers. She was asked to leave. She wouldn't leave. She locked herself into a bathroom and wouldn't come out and leave. So the officers were asking for a signature bond through pretrial services, $2,000. That would be $1,000 for each count. Level 1, we would ask that she complete a law and decision-making class for opportunity for pretrial intervention. We would ask the court to have her see a social worker before leaving in case she has an issue with housing, and that she stay away from the McDonald's at 1105 Northside Drive Northwest. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Abraham, amen.
No objection to the proposed recommendation, Your Honor. I went over it, the terms with Ms. Catmull and, look for an agreement with it.
All right, for each charge will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Stay away from the McDonald's on Northside Drive. A social worker visit to assist with housing and the law and decision-making class. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
All right, next we have number 18, Mr. Milwaukee.
What was that name again? I'm sorry.
Milwaukee.
I don't have
Okay.
that.
Position number 18. Mr. Mawako, good afternoon. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0000396D with criminal trespass and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Ms. Harvey
Which position did you say, Judge? I'm sorry.
is 18.
18. Okay, sorry.
I show that we have a consent bond in this case.
We do.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Bridgewater, and
You're
you as well, Ms. Harvey. Ms. Evans Battle, do you have that consent? You are on mute there, Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking for a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services at level 2. No violent contact with Latasha Ducksworth, that he stay away from in-town suites at 1175 Hembraid Road in Roswell. No further violations of the law, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
How was the 3,000 broken down between the two charges?
It is for $1,500 signature bond at level 1 for each charge.
Is that your understanding, counsel?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Number 19, Mr. Rhodey.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rhodey. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0000397D with criminal trespass and damage to property. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
No, Your Honor. First arrest.
Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. January 17th of 2026, he went to, I apologize, I don't even know what I did. He tracked the victim down at her home, and apparently this is her husband or ex-husband. He had gone to a drug treatment program in California, and when he was released from that program, he was released and had gone to his mother's that I believe lives in Virginia. And he went to the home. The victim in this particular case her name is Karen Borrelli. I believe she was on the line earlier, Borrelli. And he went to the home and he tracked her through an app I believe they have on their phone. He went into a shed, he took a hammer and he broke the window out. So we are asking for a $3,000 surety bond in this particular case, although he has no history, we're concerned that he doesn't even live at the location, 200 Old Tree Trace in Roswell. We'd ask that he stay away from that location and have no further contact with her. The children that she have are her children, and so he should not have any contact with her. Nothing else, Judge. Thank you.
Morelli, I see you on the line. If you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. I'll need for you to raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
Yes, he hasn't lived with us since November 23rd when I asked him to leave. He went to treatment, released himself in California, that is true, released himself from treatment. He was living with his mother. He came here unexpectedly. I asked for access to the house. I tried to get out before he got here. And we were gone for the day. When I came back, there were things that were broken. There were notes inside the house. I left again to stay with a friend. He tracked me on a tracker, and then came back to the house and I guess engaged in some forced entry. And so I would like for him not to return to the house or be near me. I don't know a lot about the terms of bond, but he has support from family who live outside this state. His mother is in Williamsburg. I believe his plan this week was to go to outpatient treatment in New Hampshire. So if he can leave the state to get treatment or to get support from his family, I would be very much okay with that.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Rody is 53 years old. He has, as his education, he has his PhD in education policy for work. He's currently between jobs, but he has been a researcher for nonprofits, specifically specializing in criminal justice for treatment courts in children's mental health for about 25 years. He's been in Georgia for about 11 years. He has his children here. He has in total, he has a 17-year-old daughter, a 24-year-old son, a 27-year-old daughter with 2 grandkids, a 26-year-old son, and then a 21-year-old daughter. As to address, he was living with his mother in Williamsburg, Virginia, and he does maintain a good address where he can receive mail there. And if need be, come back down as well. He did inform me that if he needed to stay in the state for any proceedings, he could also do that. But as was stated, he was moving out of the alleged incident location. For bond, Your Honor, given the absolute lack of any history, any cycles, we would request a signature bond. We're amenable to no contact, just any legal correspondence to lawyers, if is necessary between Mr. Rody and the alleged victim. Fine with a stay away as well. We would just request a one-time visit, as he informed me he has some of his diplomas and family photo albums of his kids at the location as well. And he does also want to pursue outpatient care for himself, Your Honor.
Okay, will be a $10,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Ms. Borelli. Stay away from her residential address. If necessary, he can go back there on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Mr. Rody, let me just explain to you that no contact means absolutely no contact. Obviously, no personal contact, but no emails, no internet, no communication whatsoever. If I find that you have been attempting to communicate with Ms. Borelli, the bond will be withdrawn. Good luck to you both.
Next, we got number 20, Mr. Simpson.
Good afternoon, Mr. Simpson. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0003999Y with criminal trespass, fare evasion, and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
Yes, Your Honor, 3 cycles. The last arrest was July 1st, 2025, out of DeKalb County for obstruction, possession of a firearm during, and possession and use of drug-related objects. There was no disposition listed. This appears to be an open case and nothing further.
Ms. Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This was a case, happened January 18th of 2026. And he went through the fare gate without paying the $2.50 fare. He had a previous criminal trespass from the MARTA location. And at this particular time, that would be 30 Alabama Street. We're asking for a $1,000 surety on the criminal trespass and $500 on the other 2 charges, which would be a $2,000 surety. Stay away from MARTA, and the location 30 Alabama Street, and all MARTAs in compliance with any suspensions that are in place. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Abraham Ahmed.
Yes, Your Honor. He's 35 years old. He has his high school diploma. He's currently between jobs, but he used to be a CDL trucker and also worked in stocking in a warehouse. He's been in Georgia his entire life, in Atlanta as well. For community ties, he helps with trash pickup, around his community, also helping with odd jobs and just general good deeds. He is currently unhoused. We are already getting him in contact with a social worker from our public defender office. And as to bond, Your Honor, we would ask bond to be as low as possible. Money is tight right now for Mr. Simpson. He is working on getting a job and getting going with his CDL again, so we can get back to the road. But in the meanwhile, Your Honor, we would just request bond be as low as possible for this.
Okay, for each charge will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. A social worker visit to assist with housing, abide by any MARTA suspensions, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Mr. Simpson, I'm gonna let you out, but you have to know that if you have some suspensions from MARTA, you can't go back there, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
And next we have 26, Mr. Thomas.
Good afternoon, Mr. Thomas. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0000405C with 5 counts of simple assault. Is there a history, Ms. Harvey?
1 arrest out of Chatham County for theft by taking from September 23rd, 2025. No disposition was listed. In addition, there does appear to be a hold out of Hinesville, Georgia, an FTA hold, and nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This was an incident that the address location we have is 521 Hank Aaron Drive Southwest, in which there was a road rage incident that occurred. It appears that during that incident, the victims would allege that he had a gun displayed. It doesn't say pointed at him or anything, but it was shown. So we are asking that bond be set in the amount of $3,000 surety bond for each count. Significance in the fact that there was a weapon that was used in this case. Once we develop further facts, we'll look at whether or not it needs to be transferred. There are 5 victims that were in the vehicle. We'd ask that there be no further contact with any of them. It's Tyra Faison, Demetri Harris, Aiden House, Demi Dior Harris, and Demaya Harris. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, certainly not firearms, while out on bond, Judge. Thank you.
This new paper, I got.
Yes, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Thomas, I believe his bond is actually already set at 3,500. Just wanted to put that on the record, but Mr. Thomas is 22 years old. He has his high school diploma and also a good bit of work through Job Corps. Speaking of jobs, he does work at a warehouse. Yep. As an unloader, he has his forklift certification, OSHA certification, heavy equipment certification, and also welding certification. And he does DoorDash on the side. So he's quite the hard worker, Your Honor. He's been in Georgia since he's been about 5 years old. He has some of his family here. As to his immediate family, he has 1 6-month-old daughter and who's gonna be 6 months tomorrow, right? Yeah, and his fiance here, and potentially another child away, so it's pending. But as to his address, he does have a good address where he can receive mail. For bond, Your Honor, we would ask it, I think I heard FTA earlier, so considering that, we would ask it to be as low as possible, given the financial obligations with his children and a potential one on the way. Absolutely amenable to no contact. I would also want to put on the record that this entire incident started from the honking, the alleged incident that is, it started from the honking of the alleged victims, and then also they continually brake checked him, putting him and his family at risk. He's already, as indicated to me, going to do some anger management classes through a family friend's referral. So he is taking this quite seriously. For those reasons, we would just say as low as possible.
All right, so each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of a $2,500 good bond, 8 weeks of anger awareness, no further contact with any of the alleged victims, relinquish all firearms, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, next we got 28, Mr. Wingfield.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wingfield. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0004007C with battery. Is there a history, Ms. Harvin?
16 cycles. Last arrest was September 12th, 2021 out of Norcross, Georgia for a DUI. That was amended to a non-fingerprintable offense. There's a 2012 obstruction and DUI convictions from 2009 and 2005. There's an FTA from 2017 and nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Evans-Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. This particular incident happened at 2080 Fairburn Road, Southwest in Georgia. The officers, and it occurred January the 18th of 2026. It appears that the officer met with the parties, indicated that they were had been in a dispute, that 911 had to be called as a result. The victim in the case, Nina Neal. I don't know why there's such a feedback. And she indicated that he had attempted to get a ring from her. An engagement ring was on her finger, that he forced the ring off of her finger. It resulted in her having scratches and abrasions to her hand. And for the ring, he indicated that he did not, to the officer, he didn't know anything about a ring or anything of that nature. And that the argument ensued because she wanted him to propose to him. The officers were able to locate the ring in his vehicle. And we're asking in this particular case for a surety bond, $3,000 surety that he has no further contact with Nina Neal, that he stay away from the 2080 Fairburn Road Southwest location. We ask that he would complete some anger management classes and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Mr. Abraham.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Winfield is 50 years old. As to his work, he works in construction. He's done that for about 10 years now, so a decade in concrete pouring and finishing specifically. He's been a lifelong Georgia and Atlanta resident. He has all of his family here. He has two children, a 26-year-old son and a 30-year-old daughter, and also a child who just recently passed away a few years ago. But as to his address, he currently lives at a good address where he can receive mail, Your Honor. Not the alleged incident location, as he doesn't stay there. For bond, Your Honor, if signature bond is applicable, we would request that, considering the circumstances of the case. The allegation that he took a ring off her finger. And additionally, Your Honor, we would request no further violent contact and no stay away. We don't have the number for the alleged victim, but we would still would like to put that on the record, Your Honor. And additionally, I just would like to note that I believe the cops were called by Mr. Wingfield in fear of it getting physical whatsoever, Your Honor.
Smaller signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Wingfield.
What was the amount of that? I'm sorry.
$3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Okay. Is that everyone for the 2 o'clock calendar?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Let's see, Ms. Bridgewater, whenever you're
Yes,
ready
sir.
for it.
Okay. Once again, the reset date for the SAP calendar is February the 3rd. Position number 1 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,500 good bond. Position 2 is reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 3 is reset further notice with a total $1,500 SOB through pretrial. Position 4 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. Position 5, SAP calendar with a $10,000 $10,000 good bond. 6 is reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 7 is reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 8 is going to the SAP calendar with a $2,000 good bond. 9, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 10 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,000 good bond. 11 is reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 12, SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 13 is reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 14 is reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 15 is being reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 16 is reset further notice with a total $4,000 SOB through pretrial. 17 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $3,000 good bond. 18 is a consent bond with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 19 is reset further notice with a $10,000 SOB through pretrial. 20 is reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 21 is reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 22 is going to the SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 23 is reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 24 is also reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 25, reset further notice with a total $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 26 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,500 good bond. 27 is going to the SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. And position 28 is reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. Are there any questions, comments, or otherwise?
Ms. Bridgewater, could you please repeat position 14, please?
Of course I will.
Okay, thank you.
For 14, I have $2,000 SOB through pretrial.
Thank you.
Okay. Any
Anyone
other?
else? If not, you all have a good rest of your holiday, and we will see you next time. Thank you.
Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you, Your
take
Honor.
care, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good night.
All righty.